Welcome to Behind the Lines, coming to you from the socialist, Marxist lines of Washington State. It's a crazy liberal petri dish for the rest of the country, folks. Stay up to date with all the great news right here. Hey guys, welcome to Behind the Line. We're talking about the vaccine that's about to be released here in the next couple weeks. Inslee came out in the last couple days and said that we can expect to start seeing vaccines arriving in Washington in the next couple weeks. And of course, the first of those are going to go to healthcare workers. He also said that we can expect for the restrictions to remain for probably quite some months into 2021 until enough people are vaccinated to break the chain of infection. Those were his words. So I want to read an article. Cairo interviewed a virologist on November 6th. The guy's name is William Hasseltine. He's a former Harvard professor. And I'll read his bio here in a minute, but his interview was pretty interesting. He has experience with viruses and vaccines. And here's some quote from him. First of all, I think most people expect the vaccine to prevent infection. That is not a criterion for approval of these vaccines. In fact, they assume that everybody, vaccinated or not, will likely be infected. The measurement for success is what is the difference in the symptoms of those who are infected. That very criterion tells you that they expect everybody to be infected in both arms of the trial, vaccinated or not. That probably is an eye-opener for most people. It's not much different from the way the flu vaccine is designed, which is part of the issue for Hasseltine. Actually, it's the way the flu vaccine is designed, and that's the second surprise, I think, for most people. The flu vaccines are not designed to prevent infection. They're designed to prevent serious disease. So that gets to the next question. What type of disease are the trials meant to prevent? Mild disease, such as a cold, a headache, the cough, a fever, or serious symptoms that may land you up in the hospital? And the answer is in the initial submissions that preventing most people from getting serious disease and preventing them from dying is not part of the approval process, he said. Hasseltine added as well that there are misconceptions for what exactly such a vaccine would do, even if it did resemble the flu vaccine. He said the hope would be that this vaccine would act as the flu vaccine, and that is saying a lot because, first of all, it's saying what it does and doesn't do. The flu vaccines don't stop influenza pandemics. And we know that because we've had the vaccine for several generations now, and they don't stop seasonal flu. I don't think we can account on any vaccine as being developed now to stop seasonal COVID, he said. The flu vaccines moderate the disease's symptoms in between 30 and 50% of those vaccinated. The other 50 to 70% get just as sick as if they'd never been vaccinated. Something else you might not expect from this. The third thing the flu vaccines don't seem to do very well is to slow down transmission. That is, the number of people who are infected, and so you could expect this vaccine to behave similarly. In other words, it wouldn't slow infection. It would moderate and possibly reduce the death rate, which of course is very good, but only in some, not in all people. I have a collateral fear that the very notion that there's a vaccine will cause people to loosen up their behavior even more than it already is. I am in favor of vaccines in general. I'm even in favor of these vaccines, but we have to modulate our expectations and make sure that we are clear about what they will do and the safety procedures. So the vaccine is not going to break the rate or chain of infection like Jay Inslee has stated, which just leads me to believe that these restrictions and mandates will continue indefinitely, because this vaccine isn't going to stop people from getting infected, and really is only going to reduce the symptoms that people experience, and not even in that many people. It will reduce the death rate, but the death rate is already very low at 1.9%. So can we really expect that they're going to loosen restrictions? I mean, even this virologist says that he doesn't think restrictions should be loosened just because there's a vaccine. So I think we're still looking at extended lockdowns and mask mandates, even with this vaccine. Anyway, I know some people are probably going to say this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and or he's some kind of conservative, or anti-masker or whatever. But I'm going to read his bio to you, and you decide. William A. Hasseltine, born in October 1944, is an American scientist, businessman, author, and philanthropist. He is known for his groundbreaking work on HIV and AIDS and the human genome. Hasseltine was a professor at Harvard Medical School, where he founded 2 research departments on cancer and HIV/AIDS. Hasseltine is a founder of several biotechnology companies, including Cambridge Biosciences, the Virus Research Institute, ProScript, Leukocyte, Dendrion, Diversa, XVax, and Demetrix. He was a founder, chairman, and CEO of Human Genome Sciences, a company that pioneered the application of genomics to drug discovery. He is the president of the Hasseltine Foundation for Science and the Arts, and is the founder, chairman, and president of Access Health International, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to improving access to high-quality health worldwide. He was listed by Time magazine as one of the world's 25 most influential business people in 2001, and one of the 100 most influential leaders in biotechnology by Scientific American in 2015. So I think it's safe to assume this guy is well qualified to be making the statements he's made about vaccines, and definitely has the experience and knowledge to back it up. So you can't use the excuse that this guy is anti this or anti that, because he just isn't. Anyway, guys, I wouldn't expect much to change in the near future, even with this vaccine. It sounds like restrictions will still have to be in place even with vaccines. So this is just something they can throw out there to kick the can down the road and make people deal with this now, because they think there's a light at the end of the tunnel, when really it doesn't sound like there is much of one at all. Alright guys, I hope you have a great day. Be safe.